What's up, my friends? It's your boy Laughers. I'm looking cute, looking clean, looking sexy, and of course, we back with another casual conversation. Of course, I'm joined with the host of the show, the one, the only, legendary Duke of Debauchery, Mr. Casual Conversation himself.
It's your local neighborhood scumbag. You already know. Here to give the folks their daily dose of dirtbag, same gimmick, different day. Here to have a casual conversation about everything from good old Wrestlemania to the internet's favorite punching bag being released from jail and plenty of more things in between.
And actually, that's for the second time, a little bit of, you know what I'm saying, a little bit of wrestling.
That was
There
crazy.
you go. Back to
I was like, where'd everybody go?
Everybody left the room for a minute. It's good. Stream said they're trying to pack us out. Yep. I feel you. We ain't making y'all no money. I understand.
You better watch out.
But we gonna talk about wrestling. Let's get into wrestling first. Of course, as y'all know me, Victoria have Just a Fan Wrestling. We will have a show, a quiz with the Blair Boys, the GGC Mafia thing going on. So we're gonna have the little quiz with them. So we'll be there on Friday.
Next week we'll get back to you with your results from WrestleMania weekend and the Raw after.
Yeah, I know it's been 2 weeks, but I probably will be live on Saturday. Tori might join me on Sunday. He'll let me know.
We'll figure it out.
Yeah, so if you will be here this week for you wrestling fans, I know y'all be like, "Hey, bro, where my wrestling fiends at?" What you mean? Casual conversation where you find. Technically, y'all did see us because we did put out a video last week. But it was pretty cool.
I was gonna say last Friday was my birthday, y'all, and I just wasn't gonna be of the shape to talk wrestling at that moment. Let's just be honest, it's me.
Let's break down these matches real quick, and then we will be joined by Uniqo Williams talking about everything going on the internet. First up, we got Dominic Mysterio versus Rey Mysterio, a match that was perfectly built, I would think, if they kept Rey away for a long time just because you couldn't have a year-long storyline, so you went to SmackDown.
And it had the perfect accessories, too, but I'm sure you'll get it. I mean, we saw that, and, I love how when this all started, I don't think any of us were thinking that Rey versus Dominic was ever going to be some match that we were hyped about. But once starting last year, the end of last year when Dom showed up for Christmas was sort of the start of the little side vignettes that added so much to this.
Yeah, that did a lot for him. And then they finally built it up. They built up this thing of, is Rey going to hit his son?
The pop when Rey finally hit Dom, that pop was fucking epic.
Yeah, that was a lot. By the way, shout out to WWE for getting a lot of pops lately.
Bro, I want to say shout out to Dom for becoming because we didn't care about Dom this much when he was the tag team champion with his dad. Setting him out, putting him with Judgment Day. I don't know whose idea that was. I don't know who thought of that, whether it was Triple H, whether it was Vince, but whoever did it, they saw the vision. And I mean, Dom has some of my favorite facials, in fucking wrestling today, bruh.
True, only behind Roman Reigns.
Yeah, but Roman Reigns is
the meme guy.
He's in God mode, bruh. He's been done told us this, even though it could be coming to an end.
Yeah. But so who do you got in the match? Dominic versus Rey Mysterio.
Dom gotta go over, in my opinion, bruh. Dom gotta go over. They'll put if the card plays out anything like it's looking, there will be plenty of babyface love. So the heel time could definitely be freaking Dom getting over on Rey.
I do think Dom, and I think Damian Priest got to be a big part of it because he does not have a WrestleMania. So he has to have a moment to me. He has to have a moment in this match because he's the only one in Judgment Day that has nothing to do.
That's crazy. I really didn't even think about that. You're right. He's the
only one with Dom because Rhea is in some weird place by herself, and Fan is in some weird room talking about demons the whole time. So it's just him and Dom. Representing.
It's gonna be epic. That's one match that I think people are sort of. I don't know why people don't want to see it, but I think it's gonna be really good.
Yeah, so I think Dom too. I think Damian Priest gonna have a big part of it because he has to have a moment. I think. I also want to shout Karrion Kross for cutting a promo to get me hyped for a battle royal that don't matter.
Yeah. Oh wait, let's not just say the Andre the Giant Battle Memorial doesn't matter. It hasn't been used as a less than amusing plot device a few times. Yes. Do I still? I like the idea of it though. If it was actual, because I mean, and I hate. Look, if you know us, you know we love all wrestling, but there ain't no way that you're going to tell me, and I saw this on Twitter today. I saw somebody trying to compare the Andre the Giant Battle Memorial Trophy to the IGP to the IG Grand Prix trophy. Like, bruh, you're not.
That is.
That's crazy. And I love WWE. I was raised on WWE. But bruh, you're not gonna tell me that Andre the Giant trophy compares to the same trophy that freaking Kota Ibushi has raised, Tanahashi has raised, freaking Tetsuya Naito, freaking Kazuchika Okada, freaking I mean, come on, bruh. The greatest of the great in Japan have wielded this trophy. The same can't be said for the Andre the Giant Battle Royal Memorial Trophy.
Yeah. Next up, we have Braun Strowman and Ricochet versus the Street Profits versus Alpha Academy versus the Viking Raiders.
Oh my god.
Street Profits, Montez Ford has to have some super Omega frog splash just to get the hype. You know this. That's what it. You know that's what the whole match built for.
Can I
Some
be honest on who I
crazy
want to
frog
win
splash.
though? I want the Viking Raiders to win. They have the
I think they
bro. When
should.
they think about, I watched some random videos back in the day when they were in WCCPW, What Culture Pro Wrestling, back in the day when they were still the War Raiders. Before they got they were still the War Raiders when they got to NXT too. I mean, until we got up to the main roster, and then War was too edgy for TV. Even though Raw spelled backwards was War, we played on it for decades. Raw was War, so why the War Raiders couldn't come up to Raw is beyond me. That's a pet peeve I'll always have with Vince. But I want them to win so bad. They're such a good tag team, and I know they've been tag champs before. But like, Vince has some amazing tag teams in this tag division right now, and I just don't feel like a four-way tag match is the way to showcase any of them. It's going to be a spot fest.
I just hope it's good and it make people care about them. That's
I
all I
don't
hope.
think it's going to do either of those things. I don't think,
Right.
bruh, no one
That's why you
when
gotta
there's
have the Montez
no think,
Ford
but when
moment.
there's 8 bodies in the ring, Montez can have the craziest freaking frog splash in the world off the top through a table, but then 15 seconds later, someone else is going to be doing a crazy double team, or maybe you get Ivar's giant, fat, balding, bearded ass to go up and hit. I've seen that nigga hit a fucking old school Brock Lesnar 450 before, I do believe, not 450, the shooting star. That's what it is.
I say if I do a 450,
Yeah,
that
that
would
would be
break that.
wild. If Ivar hits a 450 splash, that would be crazy. I'm in a shooting
I'm
star
not.
press, folks.
One
Not
day
a
hit a
450, bruh.
If
Shout out
I
to
hit a 4,
Vikingo though, bruh. That inside rope step off 450 he hit on Kenny through the table. Since we haven't had a chance to talk wrestling in a couple weeks, how did you feel about? Okay, this is casual conversation, so of course, because I don't think I did get to ask you. How did you feel about Kenny Omega versus El Hijo del Vikingo?
it was an amazing match. To me, it's probably third
Do
best
you
Vikingo match. He
listen?
had
Do
two
you
better.
think it was
If you
five
watch him play,
stars though? And
I done seen him have two
if
better.
you do say so, and I won't argue with you. I just really wanted to know
About it's almost, but it quite
because it
wasn't.
was
But
a damn good match.
it was
I'm not on hater time.
4.75 for me.
I'm not on
4.75.
hater time. Like
I felt
Vikingo.
like it didn't have no emotion though because they were just doing spots. But
Yeah, it was a spot fest for
but it was
sure.
really
But
cool to watch.
bro,
So 4.75.
but
So
and one thing I wanted to take this time to give Kenny Omega some credit. I watched through that match, and there were a couple times where he slowed Vikingo down and sort of helped him. Is Kenny Omega suddenly getting good at in-ring psychology, kind of, or maybe it's just I don't know what it is.
maybe he
We'll
used
see.
to going fast. He like you going way too fast.
Because that's what I was thinking, Brett. How fast do you have to be going if Kenny
Hey,
Omega is
hey,
slowing you
I
down?
forgot the matches, but I'll tell y'all next week on Friday. But Vikingo had two matches that were better, and they was the same spot fest, but they was like insanely insane spot fest. where he was just doing wild, crazy things. But
Yeah,
that was one of
but
his best matches. Kenny is always going to
bro,
be.
he's had some sick matches with both of the Lucha Bros. He's had a crazy ass match with Ray Phoenix, and I believe he's had one with Penta. But no, I wanted to see what you thought about it because freaking I saw Dave Meltzer had the nerve to say that shit was better than Ray Mysterio's debut on fucking WCW Nitro back in the day. Like,
No,
bro,
it wasn't.
that's
No.
fucking crazy, bro. Bruh.
But you know he loved Kenny, so anything
I
Kenny had
know,
on
but
his.
saying listen, and I love El Hijo del Vikingo. I am a fan. I think it's a tragedy the way AAA has his contract writ up to where he can't be on TV for anyone but them without special permission. That's jazz.
Oh,
That's jive.
Stand Deliver might have that ladder match. This might be insane.
Yeah, reach for the sky.
Wesley and all them Dragon Lee.
Oh, okay. I wasn't. I was thinking about Ring of Honor because they
That
got
one might be
that.
crazy too. Them two ladder
Yeah.
matches might go crazy. Wesley, Dragon Lee, Ilya,
Yeah,
JD.
bro. Listen. All right, Zelme. I'm gonna listen. I'm
Who
gonna
you got
watch.
winning that match since we ain't
I
gonna do stand up?
I want Elia to win because I think if we're having Elia come stateside on one of the main brands, unless because they say that they want
JD been
WWE
putting in that
Europe
work.
to open soon, and he would be a great cornerstone to build a WWE EU. I think Ilya would be it, but man, Ilya as the North American Championship would be fire. We already know he is literally one of the best wrestlers in NXT right now. Period. Dot. He's already had 2 classic matches with Walter. Like
Him and JD in that JD in here too.
JD McDonough, correct?
Yeah, he in
Okay.
here.
I like but I'm not gonna. Okay, Zelme,
Wesley been putting on
you've
match of
talked so
the
highly, and you've been honest when you feel like NXT misses. I'm gonna watch Stand and Deliver, but man, I hope it's good. I'm gonna watch Stand and Deliver. I know it's because it's just before night 1 starts, and freaking it give me time to sit and get high. And
I don't know how good the other match is gonna be. I'm just looking for that one. That
well,
one's
I've
gonna be
looked at the
insane.
card, and
It's a good card.
it's an interesting looking card, no doubt about it.
I was kind of hoping for Soul Ruka to be in that ladder match with the women because I think
Do
she.
you think?
I just told Tori know what I want to her. That Soul Ruka.
Do you think?
I want her to go up that ladder and do that twist. And why did you? I love Indy, but why did Indy win?
Indy should be up on the main roster by now.
That's what I was saying. Just send her to the main roster right before WrestleMania. Let her help Damage Control or something. That'd be something cool. You know, Indy and Bailey and how they relate.
You got to. I mean, her and Bailey is cool, but I mean, you got Candice LeRae up there now. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah, you got that too. That could be a nice tag team to add to that tag team division.
Exactly. That don't have now you hear what I'm saying.
And Soul Ruka, Tori and Soul Ruka need to do that little spinning thing off top of the ladder. The world will break. Yeah. Why you didn't put that in a show?
You think it was a shot at her that Vikingo hit one of those on Kenny Omega that looked a little bit cleaner than the one she hit on old girl? Or was that just Vikingo wilding out?
Vikingo if it's a flip, Vikingo probably
he does it better than bruh. And this is gonna sound like some hater shit, but I don't mean it as it, bruh. Vikingo reminds me of like Dragon Gate Ricochet, bruh. Like that nigga's nasty with the gymnastics. Like
I still want that Vikingo versus.
Could you imagine Vikingo versus Ricochet? I'm sure AAA have that nigga in a 360 life contract though, but could you imagine Vikingo versus Ricochet, bruh? Imagine.
By the way, we gonna talk about this later on. Io Sky showed why she should be a solo act because her and Becky Lynch.
All of Damage Control should be a solo act. Bro.
That was a banger,
bruh. That's all she does. We act like she wasn't the NXT Women's Champion.
That's what I'm saying. That was a banger, but she put on 1-on-1. Yeah, we a Biggie. Shout out to Biggie, my guy, Biggie boss.
Biggie.
Sky Unplugged, always showing love. Let's get on because, like I said, we got to get Joe's waiting. So let's try to. Liv Morgan, Raquel Rodriguez versus Natalya and Shotzi versus Ronda and Shayna versus Chelsea Green and Sonya Deville. And by the way, the craziest thing you hear, because if you don't know no better, you'll be like, oh, these other teams better. Chelsea Green and Sonya Deville is probably by far the best tandem. Tandem now. I'm not saying Shayna and Liv and Raquel. tandem wise, if you just let them wrestle and not do like a goofy gimmick, they are amazing in the ring.
Do you like this tagging of Chelsea Green with Sonya more than Chelsea Green and Carmella? I think
yes, I think they fit more because Sonya always complains.
I feel the opposite though. Like because Carmella, I don't know.
Oh, you're talking about Chelsea Green and Carmella?
Yeah, Chelsea Green and Carmella, as opposed to Chelsea Green and Sonya.
But I think it was supposed to be Chelsea Green and Carmella, but I heard something happened and she hurt.
Kind of underrated as a wrestler. I mean, she took some time off and she did the.
I think Carmella's hurt because you remember they teamed a few weeks ago.
Yeah, that's why I thought.
And we ain't seen Carmella since because I think they said I saw a report that said she was hurt.
Oh, okay.
So she was supposed to be with Carmella.
But
I mean, yeah.
Well, it's cool they're still giving. But once again, I hate that we keep on doing these. Hey, let's just shove all these tags. Why do we have to do an 8-man
But they wanted
tag?
Chelsea Green on the.
I know, but you could have gave, bro. Tell me you wouldn't have went for Chelsea Green and Sonya versus Ronda and freaking Shayna. Tell me that doesn't work.
I agree.
Tell me that doesn't work because Chelsea Green.
But they want
Chelsea
on TV
complaining is going to take her into babyface. She's going to be a heel, but it's going to be babyface heel shit. As long as she doesn't break her arm or anything like that. Because Chelsea Green is fucking gold, bro. Like,
what's your tell her? Don't mansplain.
Yeah, don't mansplain to me. Like, bruh, she's gold.
She's killing this gimmick. She's killing this gimmick right now.
Yeah. And so, like, she can get over. So, and Ronda, Shayna's amazing in the ring. Shayna's never been that great on promos, in my opinion. Ronda is not great in the ring and not great on promos, but she's super famous, has a name. Amazing shooter. She's a shooter. But I'd much rather see that than because once we just keep on doing these 8-man tags or these 4 different, bruh. It's just so many bodies in the ring, and
I heard Triple H just didn't want a lot of matches, so he just put a lot of people in it.
Well, he could have just not done a lot of matches and had these matches run longer. Like how many, bruh? You've got 2 nights,
but
we're talking about night 1 right now, correct?
I don't know what night day is. I only know one. I only know 2 matches on night 1.
So there's still hope that the Usos. We know Usos and Sammy and KO are on night 1. Yeah, they should be the main event. I'm sorry, women who think that,
we know John Cena Austin Theory is starting.
Yeah, and I love Rhea Ripley and Charlotte Flair, both of them, and I'm all for. I know. A women's main event, but I feel like the main event should be what's really drawing in numbers. And what's drawing in more numbers is it if you were to put a poll and ask whether you were going to WrestleMania to see either A, Asuka versus Bianca Belair, I love both of them, B, Charlotte versus Rhea Ripley, or C, the Usos versus Sami Zayn and KO. I think the majority of the people are going to pick C. Wouldn't you think too? And that's no disrespect to anybody. I'm just talking about popularity-wise, spectacle-wise, storyline-wise.
I think Bianca and Asuka might open night too.
And that would be amazing.
Or the triple threat Intercontinental night.
But either or. But I hate that for some reason because, and I'm putting away my inner misogynist, okay? As much as this may sound like it, this isn't my inner misogynist. I feel like we don't have, Sammy and the Usos deserve to main event night 1, bro. It's not, for 1 second, it's not about gender. It's not about equality. It's about pure moment-wise. They deserve to main event night 1. They deserve that shit.
And to everybody that said KO should have quit, they were left for AEW. KO
it's crazy. Everyone that said that immediately afterwards, he faced Stone Cold in fucking
in the main event.
Come on.
Did you see the A&E special?
You're going nowhere.
Did you see the A&E special?
I watched the one about Yokozuna.
I'm talking about the WrestleMania 38 one.
No, I haven't. I watched A&E just put a doc out on Yokozuna, bro. You should watch that shit.
I do need to watch. I gotta watch a lot of them. I need to watch the Rivals, Johnson and Dwayne. They sold me on the thing, but Kevin Owens about to cry before he went out. Triple H said, "You deserve this, man." That man, like, I am
Bro,
facing the dude I want to face.
bro, he was facing Stone Cold Steve Austin a
CM
month
Punk
ago.
was
They said
upset.
that, and look, think at that same time they were saying Sami Zayn should quit and leave AEW too. Look, he went on after that and put himself in arguably the greatest wrestling storyline of the last decade. Easy, like,
Who you got?
bruh.
Who you got to win that tag match? By the way,
Oh yeah, they,
Liv
bruh.
and Raquel.
Wait, yeah. I guess, or I don't. Because, man, it depends on, maybe this match will show us that Ronda's gotten better. Because it does feel kind of weird that Ronda.
Her last match was a lot better. Her last two
Yeah, but
matches was a
it
lot
still
better.
wasn't good though.
Maybe she's carrying now. That's what I'm hoping because
But
she at least tried.
she's got Shayna Baszler with her, who is exquisite in ring. And I was hoping that maybe that translates some because Shayna had that transition too from legitimate MMA fighter to professional wrestler. Because I
But
think
Ronda was better when she started, but
look,
it
the
felt like she
best you
don't
can say
carry.
for Ronda is at least she's not Marina Shafir. Because that is the worst transition from MMA fighter to freaking.
It feel like Ronda. It feel like Ronda don't care
She
right now.
doesn't, but
That's the only problem.
Ronda's already rich, so it's a different.
2018, it looked like she was trying. Now she's like,
You gotta
nah,
think
I'm just trying to get a check.
she met the IWC, bro.
Next up, Intercontinental Championship with Gunther versus Sheamus versus Drew McIntyre. Probably maybe the match of the week.
Bruh.
And there's a lot of good ones. There's
It
a lot of
very
good ones.
possibly could.
Oh wait, Supercard is this week on Friday.
Yeah, Supercard of Honor is on Friday. Gonna go head to head.
And
Gonna
this
go
still
head
might
to
be the
head with
match of the week.
SmackDown, which is so sad. I'm gonna watch both.
Roman and Cody meet.
Yeah. Oh, I'm not gonna watch both because we'll be doing the quiz show, but I'm gonna record both. So,
but yeah, who you got in the match? I think Sheamus beats Drew.
I
So
think
Gunther doesn't have to take a pin.
I think Gunther should continue his reign. I think he breaks.
I don't think he loses. That's my thing.
No, I think he keeps the belt though. I think you don't break this streak yet. But
yeah, so that would be a heel winning, but I think they want to get Sheamus his moment.
But you got to think,
and they don't want to be Gunther and putting Drew in here
too babyface heavy, and they've got the potential to go really babyface heavy both nights, as we'll be able to see.
I'm gonna tell you too. I think
I
it's gonna be
definitely I think what you're saying is possible because Sheamus is the one that's never won the IC title before, right?
Yep, he'd be a Grand Slam champion if he.
But man, this says a lot if Drew McIntyre's been designated to eating pins because he was a contender. He was a contender just last year. But Gunther's also raised the standing of the Intercontinental Championship exponentially, bro, since he's had it. He has done nothing but bring greatness to the title. He's had banger after banger. He survived the BS from Vince McMahon. He lost the weight like he told him to, so he didn't go out like Keith Lee. Gunther's had one of the best IC title runs I've seen in a long time, for real. Yeah. It's just kind of lame. Once again, that we have to do it. I mean, don't get it wrong. Don't get me wrong. I love a triple threat between three of the hardest hitting wrestlers of the decade easily. But man, part of me just thinks like Gunther's so freaking like perfect old school wrestler wise. I enjoy seeing Gunther in just regular matches, pinfall, freaking one-on-one.
I think you get Gunther versus Cody. This is why I think Gunther loses. Gunther versus Cody at SummerSlam. That's what I think.
I've seen a couple people say that, and if that's the case, then I'm wholeheartedly.
Like he can lose this if he's going to.
Gunther versus Cody would be, but that feels like Vince McMahon booking, like the German Terror versus the American Nightmare.
But it'll work this time. But it'll work this time.
But bro, it's gonna be fire if that's it. Okay.
By the way, shout out to Pete Dunne. He said it's time, and he basically saying everybody his name coming back.
Good. I wish they'd do this. It's still not. I still think Walter's better than Gunther. God damn it.
But I think it's too late for him.
But yeah, okay. In light of us thinking that Gunther, this could lead to Gunther versus Cody, I will agree. If I had to pick someone other than Gunther, I think giving Sheamus his first IC title run would be fire. It just kind of
and this crowd going
sucks
on.
that Drew McIntyre of all people has to eat the pig.
Next up, Edge versus Finn Balor. I got Finn Balor winning.
Yeah, he's got to win, and he's got to enlist the help of the cameraman that cut the ropes the last time the Demon was there. That guy's got to
Shout
help.
out to him.
Because of course,
I think you're gonna have
bruh,
two cool
Edge
entrances
can't
though. They're
win
gonna have
this,
some fun.
bruh. If Edge wins this is so fun. I'll be shitty. Like if Edge wins this, then I'm agreeing with the other part of the IWC community, and he should retire the Demon persona. Because the Demon persona used to be, bruh. Think back to the black and gold days. Freaking Finn Balor versus Tommaso Ciampa, Finn Balor versus Johnny Gargano, Finn Balor versus Adam Cole. Even in those matches that he lost as the Demon, them shit was still amazing. But 9 times out of 10, bro, if the Demon comes out, he's taking the dub. Except for in special cases like when you're Roman Reigns and you pay somebody to cut the top rope while he's going for the coup de grace.
You know what would make me even happier? If Roman just said, "Listen, I paid them and they work for me. Everybody worked for me." You remember he said at Wrestlemania, "The cameraman worked for me. He cut the rope." Listen, life is life. That's what happened.
It would have been believable too, honestly.
They would have actually made him look more like a mob boss. That he hired cameramen to cut ropes, dog.
Yeah, that's next level. But I think.
Dog, you ever seen the heel do that before? That is some crazy.
Hey, if Finn loses this, then Vince might be back though, because Finn is a Triple H. He is like one of the original Triple H guys. You got to think he came in hot off of starting the Bullet Club and then went to NXT. You know what I mean? And
to be fair, Vince did put the booster pack on him when he first came up, and then he got hurt,
the first ever Universal Champion.
And then he got hurt the first night, and then you know how Vince feels about people that get hurt.
Seth Rollins, I love Seth Rollins, but that damn buckle bomb. He got Sting.
You know how Vince feels about people that get injured.
He got Sting and Finn Balor out of there at that point in time. What was that, 2015, 2016? Right in there.
Yeah, but Vince did believe in him, but you know how he is when she
I feel like,
Samoa Joe has found the same thing. Once you get injured, Vince like, nope.
Finn even started that trend of going back to NXT and just becoming amazing all over again. Like
that Gargano kick is still the coolest moment.
Like, but think about how dope was the Prince run. Those matches he had with Karrion Kross before he got fired the first time. The match he had with Samoa Joe. Like, and some of those were in the Thunderdome era, bruh. Weren't they?
Yeah. Next up, we got Becky Lynch leading Trish Stratus. Damage Control got to win, right?
They have to, or what's the fucking point?
Trish can turn and do whatever you can do.
What if Bayley starts wearing the short shorts to wrestle in, bruh? I saw a nigga with a sign that said, "I came to see Bayley's ass again." Like, I saw that sign in the crowd, bruh. This nigga said, "I came to see Bayley's ass." Bruh, Bayley, damn, that's who I got winning. God damn it, they should have been winning. Those are 3 of the best women in the company. Unless you're... Yeah. I almost thought about Tony Khan. I was saying, unless you're going to bring out women's trios titles, that would be ridiculous. Please never do that. If you do, it's got to be for men. But you're good. You got enough belts. You ain't got to be like Tony Khan.
Next up, Austin Theory versus John Cena. I think John Cena beats him and loses on Monday.
Bruh. If he beat
to Jay White.
Oh, you quit fan booking in my head, bruh. That would be sickening.
If Jay White come and take the U.S. title off John Cena the first night, Kenny AEW might be like, "Low,
listen." The King Switch era would be in full effect, bro. I'd be here for it. I'm here for wherever Jay White shows up. But man, I almost, because I'm a big, bro. Austin Theory, low key, could be the future of wrestling. He's so damn good. He's only 24 years old. I mean, he's amazing in and outside the ring. He's getting better in his promos. I wish they'd let him switch his freaking. I don't know why he quit doing Ataxia as his finisher, considering he's the only person that can do the move properly that I've seen. But that shit's so much better than the stupid A-Town down. I want Austin Theory to win. So I'm going to say Austin Theory gets the dub. Huge rub from John Cena. He probably gonna cheat
Next
to get
up,
it though.
Seth Rollins versus Logan Paul. Seth got to win because Logan Paul can't keep
Yeah,
knocking
oh,
out.
okay.
I
Yeah,
knew
I
it
was
should
gonna
be.
say he doesn't knock my boy Seth out twice. Seth got to get the dub on this. I'd eventually like to, man. And if he does,
His contract expired, by the way, so Logan Paul can't go out.
no, okay. With his contract expired, listen to this shit. What if Seth Rollins beats Logan? Logan leaves, goes to AEW, does a job to John Moxley, retires. He lost to the whole Shield, and then retired. Because think he already lost.
Put on great matches with
He put
all of
on
them.
bangers. But I don't know. It'd be hard for John Moxley though, because um I don't think that Logan Paul's willing to bleed like non-hard way. If Logan Paul gets hard weighed, I think he'd roll with it, but I don't think he's finna go out there and blade. I don't think he's getting juice, and that's damn near a deal breaker. Working with John Moxley, Brad, did you hear? They said John Moxley's getting juice at house shows, nigga.
I saw.
Yeah, okay. I didn't know if the picture, with Photoshop and everything nowadays.
Now they had a video.
See, I haven't seen a video. I saw like some stills though, and I was like, my lord, just come on. And we all saw the footage of Anna Jay and freaking Britt Baker. Like, god damn.
Next up, we got Brock Lesnar, Omos. We know what this match is for Brock. They 410 pounds. They trying to tell you. By the way, somehow they have made me a little care about this because I kind of do want to see this big gigantic dude do F5. I don't know how they sell me on it.
I don't know, bro.
Tori, tell me the crowd. Yes, you know the crowd gonna pop.
I'm gonna pop when I see Brock Lesnar get hit
F5 on top rope, Brock.
With an Omos. Hit Omos with an F5. That's gonna be wild. Like, it's going to be crazy, but I watched him F5 the Big Show. I've seen him F5 the Great Khali. You know what I mean? Like,
do it off the top rope.
Bruh. That would be crazy.
Break the whole ring.
I mean, Brock Lesnar is a ring breaker. We've seen it. We've seen him do it.
That's what I'm saying. Break the ring.
Bruh.
Would I try though?
I don't think there's no way Brock Lesnar's taking the L here.
No, I think he might have took the L to Bray. They probably didn't. Hey, bro, he took
the L to Bobby Lashley by DQ by kicking him in the balls. So,
and he lost to him fair and square with another one. So Bobby is 2-1 again.
Yep.
Bianca versus Asuka, and when I believe a sleeper match, Asuka wins. I think Bianca has nowhere to go, so she had to lose and have some little bit.
I mean, Bianca's got to lose so you can freshen up her character. Let her take some time away. Let her take a little bit of time away. Let their TV show or whatever come out. Right off of that, then you start her in a new story as it's coinciding with the TV show. Boom, bumping ratings, bumping momentum, all that jazz. We've seen them. They get it.
They saying WWE got a lot of plans for people after WrestleMania, but they wanted to finish a bunch of storylines, so they didn't focus on nobody.
But it's good that they're actually finishing the stories, though. That's what I'm. Which
hurt the women's division because they didn't have no stories going into it. So the women's division has been hurt. But a lot of, if you look, Dom, Ray, Finn, Edge, all these stories finally getting finished. So
the bloodline,
so all these stories getting finished. Speaking of the bloodline, the Usos
that's literally the theme of the theme of WrestleMania this year is finish the story. That's why Cody came back. Remember, that was his tagline. He came to finish the story. The belt they took from his daddy in the garden.
Yeah. Next up, we had the Usos versus Sami Zayn, Kevin Owens. Sami Zayn, KO.
Generico got to take it.
You know what I'm saying? And then, Tor. Next Monday, they have some kind of match. You see, they have a match with primetime players, and then the next Monday, I mean, that's it.
I was like, primetime players?
Street Profits.
That's crazy. That's crazy, though, man.
Listen, Vince been in my mind.
I guess so.
Hey, Vince,
how are you of all people just out here generalizing black tag teams, nigga? Damn. Primetime players over the street instead of Street Profits. Them shits don't even sound the same, nigga.
But I think, and then the next week DIY show up,
Bro,
the
I'm so
revival
ready.
show up,
But wait, hasn't Tommaso been
Imperium show
Ciampa's
up.
been out on injury? I do believe.
Yeah,
Man, I hope he's had his handful of injuries, but man, I think, bruh, getting DIY in this tag team division they have right now, it
even
would be
Owen Sammy. If
next
you could get,
level.
we'll learn next Wednesday if FTR. We'll learn on the 5th if FTR is
Yeah,
going
because if
away or
they
not.
lose, we could get the rematch. Like I see people talk about it, but I don't know how many people actually. Because I remember spending the money because I had let my freaking WWE network payment lapse that month for whatever reason. But I remember spending the money specifically to watch that takeover of FTR versus DIY. And it's one of the best tag team matches ever, in my opinion. Period. Dot. And I stand on that. I didn't say it's the best. I'm saying it is one of the best tag team matches ever in wrestling.
Yeah, it is. But yeah, I think the Sami Zayn Kevin Owens because it leads to the overall story.
Yeah,
Charlotte.
this is going to be amazing because think about how long it's been since we've actually seen Sammy and KO in a freaking tag team setting, like them actually having some time to go out. Because, like, bruh, Steen and Generico versus the Briscoes in Ring of Honor back in the day, banger. Steen and Generico versus the freaking Young Bucks, banger. Steen and Generico versus Red Dragon, banger. Like, are we about to get one of those? Well, spoiler alert, people. Yes, we are about to get one of those. I'm telling you right now, Steen and Generico versus the fucking Usos, banger.
It's
But
true.
yeah, Steen and Generico take it.
We have Rhea Ripley versus Charlotte
Rhea
Flair.
got to win. Charlotte got the dub over for the NXT Women's Championship back in the day.
It's time to build a future too, so it's
Yeah, you
time
gotta.
for.
And that's not to take anything away from the Four Horsewomen. They're still out here going strong. Freaking Sasha Banks gonna be in a triple threat against AZM and freaking man, I can't remember the other girl's name, but I just wanted to see Mercedes Monet versus AZM. But hopefully the other girl they're adding in is dope too.
Yeah, I think Rhea wins.
Yeah,
I think
Rhea's
she
got
needs
bro,
it.
and it's gonna be that's how they cement her as the true leader of the Judgment Day too, bruh. When she's the only one there with gold, you know what I mean? But I think it's gonna be sort of a split up. I think the Judgment Day win all their matches, in my opinion, as we've seen so far, and I think the Bloodline will lose all theirs. So you'll have the faces coming out on top on the Bloodline side, and then you'll still have a good mix of the heels coming out on top with Judgment Day winning their matches. I feel like everything else in there, for the most part, is just kind of filler between those two stories. You know what I mean?
True. Last but not least, Cody Rhodes. Does he finish the story against Roman Reigns, or does he hit 1,000? Cause that's basically what it is. He's either hitting 1,000 or he's losing at WrestleMania.
I think Cody's got to win, but crazier things have happened. Maybe, but I don't.
The reason I think Cody's
I
gonna
think if
win
you
is simply
because
because Roman ain't mentioned 1,000 days at
yeah,
all,
not one.
and I think he wants to do a movie. So
But
I
I
think he's
think
going
it's
to do a
smart
movie.
because you don't want to risk it getting stale. I mean, it's been
Yeah,
3 years. It's been an amazing run. There's minimal things that can be said about it, honestly, unless you're just like a WWE hater. So, but yeah, I think Cody finishes the story. I think that's the theme for WrestleMania this year. Finish the story.
I think the only way you can do it is somehow. I don't know how you make Jade in the Roman storyline last all the way to SummerSlam.
You can, bro. You
I don't know.
can't. You can't.
You know what I'm saying? Because
It'll
I'm like
get
this.
stale, bruh. And I think the Usos deserve some time off too, bruh. They're coming up on they've already passed record breaking numbers for unifying the tag titles. They've had them for 500 and something days almost. Freaking
Yeah,
let
so
them
this
boys
run
take
has
it.
been
Yeah,
crazy for
bro,
the
it's been
bloodline.
amazing. Poor Solo. I mean, I think he's gonna shoot off and do amazing things. But he came in sort of at the midway point. But
He's so much like his
He
dad.
added a
Have
whole
you watched his
lot.
young dad?
A whole.
Did you watch young
Oh
Rikishi?
yeah, bruh.
He remind me so much of young Rikishi.
The head
I'm not gonna.
shrinkers.
Yeah, he remind me
The
so much
Wild
of young.
Samoans, freaking, bruh. Did you see in MLW the Samoan SWAT team got the tag titles, but Hammerstone beat Jacob Fatu for the title? I think they only did that because they didn't want it to feel too like, hey, we're trying to rip off the bloodline over here too. Because then it would have been all their members because the Samoan SWAT team is Juicy Finau and one of Rikishi's other sons, or it's Haku's son, one of the two. But anyways, those two are brothers.
That's Haku's son,
Yeah,
man.
Haku, and then freaking
Because Rikishi's youngest son isn't. He just now
yeah,
starting. He's
I
starting
was
with
gonna
Booker
say
T,
he's
ain't
training at freaking Reality
he?
Wrestling.
Booker, yeah, with Booker T.
But if Jacob Fatu would have won the belt, that would be kind of crazy because the
Everybody in
other
WrestleMania
two, like I
weekend.
said, the Samoan SWAT team right now, they've got the MLW tag titles. They just won them. And then Hammer, Stone, and Jacob Fatu had their rematch, which was, I don't know if you watched it yet or not. You should. It was, bruh. Jacob Fatu's so good. I don't know why he's not in the WWE. And it's such, bruh. He's so fucking. Alexander Hammerstone has gotten amazing too. I don't know what kind of money MLW is paying them, but it's crazy that neither one of them have made it to AEW or WWE. But yeah, I think Cody finishes the story.
I do too, and I think. All right, last question. Then we go into Chris Chan and everything that people want to hear about. Match of the week. Match of the weekend. What you got? All the
Out of
matches.
all
Super
the,
Card on everything.
out of all of these matches, I think, and this might surprise people in the ring wise, I think match of the week could sneak up on everybody. Let's say Finn Balor versus Edge in Hell in a Cell. I think that match
I'm.
has such crazy potential, and it's just not being talked about because I think the obvious choice is like Seth versus freaking Logan. That shit could be a creeper too, and freaking sneak up and steal the whole show. But
I'm gonna pick one of the two ladder matches from Ring of Honor or NXT.
I think my pick is yeah, like I said, Edge versus the Demon in Hell in a Cell. I think that's gonna
Bet,
be
bet.
my match of the week.
On your knees.
We are joined. We are joined by Uniqo Williams.
The man, the myth, the legend.
I'm gonna cuss y'all out later. Hey, listen. Hey, we done.
That
All right,
that,
cool.
that
Don't
echo
go
crazy.
stunners. Don't go. Whatever. We love all that. I understand that. I get all that. This is the stunner. Chris Chan is out. Are you fucking kidding?
I love that Joe is on the Chris Chan train.
What?
Welcome down the rabbit hole. Yes, it's DEFCON 1, folks.
I was already there, but then something told me to summon up the 73 video playlist.
You're welcome.
I had to bring in my energy.
How deep have you gotten?
I'm Uniqo Williams, everybody, by the way. Listen. What the fuck? What? People there. Okay. Chris Chan got out. So if you know Chris Chan, they're saying that Chris Chan was. Chris Chan
Would you like me to give a lore breakdown, Joe, real quick? I can sort of get everyone up to speed.
Sure, that works for me.
Christian Weston Chandler, folks. He was born in Rutgersville, Virginia, in the 80s. He was born to two parents.
1982, bro. I'm invested.
I was gonna say you just started he's got autism. He believes he's high functioning autistic, which is a dated term. That's not even the term they use. But he is like Agent Zero for being trolled on the internet to the scariest degree.
Like hardcore.
He was on the internet. I mean, he was getting catfished by people. I mean, he's been scammed out at this point hundreds of thousands of dollars. There were people scamming him out of his freaking disability check. There's videos you can go back. The first time I ever saw Chris Chan was on Tosh.0 back in the day. He was
really?
on, yeah, and
Which bit was it?
Opie, no, he was doing a video review and where they just sent in random videos from the internet, and one of the videos that they sent in was a video of Chris mixing his baby batter with soda and drinking it. And he ended up on Tosh.0, and they talked to him on what's that white person, the radio show, the Opie and Anthony.
Nintendo Power.
The Nintendo Power write-up was actually earlier before that. That was before he got kicked out of the local cards store for the Pokemon League. He got kicked out of the Pokemon League for getting angry at the black kid and calling him some colorful names.
Gotti, there was several incidents with him and Nintendo. That is crazy.
I love that Joe is on the Chris Chan train now.
I'm a Christorian now.
Oh, you're a Christorian. I'm here for it, bruh. But
no,
I want to know who. I want to know who paid
somebody's life like that, and then
Geno Samuels. Geno Samuels does. But no, Chris. He's a college graduate. And he went through
PVCC College.
His first claim to fame, which was a little bit after the Nintendo Power write-up, because you remember back in the day, like video game magazines, they used to take like write-ins and letters from the actual like consumers. You could write in, if you're lucky, they'd publish your letter. And Chris was lucky enough to have that happen. His name wasn't always Christian. His name was actually something else, and there was an animatronic animal at the mall that was it a bear? But
it was Bernstein.
It said his name. He told it his name, and his name wasn't Christian, but it called him Christian on accident, and then his parents let him change his name to that legally, which is why
an act of God.
Yeah, and which is why his name is actually Christine. Christine is God. What are you talking about? The dimensional merge imminent.
It's God, Jesus, and Bernstein.
Well, no, don't forget about Hyper Princess Neptunia.
Oh, well, that's later, Lord.
Yeah, but that's where the crux went. That's when like Twitter is where Chris's real downfall was. But anyways, he's a high functioning autistic man who was taken advantage of on the internet in countless different ways, from being tricked and extorted out of money to people coming and pranking him in real life to coming to his house. But he's also been arrested many times, trespassed. Him and his mom took turns hitting a guy with a car once. His mom hit her with the car, then they switched seats, and then he hit the guy with the car, all because he was trespassed from the local game store. There was a guy in a pickle suit at the mall who had learned about him through Skype and ended up, they tricked him. They sent a girl to go on a date with him. And keep in mind, he's like 20-something at this point. His aging 80-something-year-old father accompanies him on this date with this young woman. The dad goes off. Yep. R.I.P. Bruh. Do you think Chris would be better if his dad was still alive?
No.
I don't know. But do you think it would have got as far with Barb if his dad was still alive, though? Because think about what he's in jail. We'll get there in a second. What he's in jail for.
Somebody would have been there for that, I believe.
Yeah, but so in the pickle situation, Chris is there. This girl's faking on a date with him. Of course, she's recording it the whole time. His dad comes there. They go off to do something they go off to watch a movie or some shit. The dad goes to the food court. He's an old ass dude in the mall. He's just trying to get something to eat, and hopefully his son might get laid, and then go on down the road. You know what I mean?
There's so much with this.
Oh, we're not even, bruh. We ain't even talking about Liquid Chris yet. The greatest trolling ever.
Can I throw this out here real quick if you don't mind?
Go for it.
Chris
Is the echoing an effect you got on? Was it for the epicness?
I don't have an effect on or anything.
Oh, okay. Well, you're echoing. See, it's still echoing, but like I said, I thought it was an effect.
Oh, it's hitting all. It's hitting all in his room.
Oh, okay. But no, as you were saying, Joe.
Hold on.
But okay, well, back to while Joe figures that
This sound like some fake.
we're back to the pickle guy. He's going off with this young lady. His dad's in the food court. You're muted.
Yeah, we can't hear you.
But I think as they were going through,
I'm asking you niggas, is it echoing?
We couldn't tell. You were muted. We couldn't tell.
So I was wondering, so was it echoing when I was muted?
No, it's just you. It's just you echoing. That, like I said, that's why I thought it was an effect, nigga. But no, to make a long story short.
Oh, is it not anymore?
Nope. Now it stopped.
Okay, cool. My bad, John, for this last segment. I'm sorry. I'm very excited about this segment because
Joe, I've been telling niggas about Chris Chan for years, and Joe is now on the train. I'm here for it. But to make the long story short, Chris is walking around on this date with this woman he thinks he has a chance with. She is just tricking him for the internet. She's part of the forum Kiwi Farms. If you haven't heard of Kiwi Farms, it's just it's a place for degenerates. But
and they list your address.
Yeah, you will get doxxed. All the people that hate. You will get doxxed. But anyways, as Chris thinks he's on,
they be like, Joe live here on this address. We don't like him.
But Chris thinks he's on a date with this girl, and he gets his lady took by a man in a pickle suit. And Chris hates pickles because Chris has an extreme problem with people thinking that he is homosexual. But now, current day Chris is currently a transgender woman that identifies as a lesbian, though she does still have the anatomy of a man, but she also identifies as Jesus and the ruler of Universe C1837, which coincides with the Marvel universe and a bunch of the lore gets deeper. But anyways, so Chris,
that one thing I was gonna say, just real quick. I'm sorry, I apologize. That one thing I was gonna say, we got the echo situation together. Listen, the thing this has been going on since before people were still
2007, bro. 2007 is when it really got big because that's when they did the illustrious the original interview where he put his first video out. I think they timestamped it at like late 2006, early 2007.
This story is crazy. And I'm just saying, like, my biggest takeaway from it is like people were still using dial-up. We didn't know how to do this dude was figuring out how to put up Nintendo the snaps. Like you can take pictures.
Like the old before the 3DSs, the original Nintendo DSs, like it was like the second gen ones, they had like the little cameras on them. You could like print stuff out and pictures and whatnot. And
he had the Nintendo printer.
He did, but you got to think he was a super big Pokemon collector. Like he was a nerdy kid with autism. That's what Chris was, and the internet took advantage of him to the highest degree possible.
I've never seen this degree. Like I've seen people call in the shows and be like, "These nuts," We've seen that. No, this was like
this is real actual torture. Shit. Like, bro, he went into debt, bro. They've scammed him. I think. Gamer from Mars did a doc and actually went and met Chris. That's the one. If you want more current stuff, Gamer from Mars it's got like 10 million views, I think. But he actually goes to Chris Chan's house, and this was just before he got arrested in 2019. This was like literally he went there like a month or two before he got arrested. So, but yeah, Chris is a cyberbullying. And its worst is Chris Chan, bro.
I've never seen anything like this,
bro. It's estimated that he's been scammed out of close to $100,000, and on top of that, bro, that's not even close to all the money people have donated. Like he had a whole phase where he would just get on the internet and beg people for money through his Patreon, and he was supposed to be drawing comics. I feel like we left out Sonichu, which is such a big
this is the point of this right now. Sonichu, it starts with Sonichu and Rose Chew. I know way too much about them at this point in my life.
Join the club. Bro, and that's the thing. It only gets worse. And now he's out of jail. I want to know who bonded him out. I don't know. I don't think it was the Praetors. I was going through.
What if it was Mr. Beast? What if it was Mr. Beast?
No. I don't think it was Mr. Beast. Let's not put that on Jimmy, because there's no positive light that's going to come on the person that bonded Chris Chan out of jail.
It's not his fault.
Bruh,
like, this is literally
listen,
the internet's fault.
No. We can say that it's the internet's fault because the internet bullied him. The internet did not make him do that to Barb. Okay, the internet did not make this gentleman have coitus with his mother. We didn't do that.
What?
He did that. I've seen the chats where the girl. If she
have you ever seen her just walk? Have you ever seen her just walk into the hallway and just be like, "You want some hot dogs?" Like
she's an 80-year-old lady with dementia. Bro, what do you? Her husband died of cancer, and then she was left with her autistic 30-something-year-old son who lost his virginity to and this is Chris's own testimony, who lost his virginity. He lost his virginity to a hooker that he paid for and met. Like, bruh, this
all incels do that, please.
Man, he is like this is I'm happy he never unalived anybody.
Like,
because from day one he was like, why don't women lay on top of me?
Bro, like he was hyper obsessed with sex. Like he was so impressionable, like, and he came through the 90s, which was like hyper sex era, and came into the 2000s, which was like quintuple hyper sex era. Because clothes have done nothing but get skimpier, dances have done nothing and got more provocative. And
hey, hold on, wait,
and let me finish. And Chris has done
the
nothing.
Clothes got more skimpier, and people having less sex.
Yeah, but I'm saying Chris doesn't know that. Zelmay, we are talking about this from Chris's perspective.
This might be the first time I ever say this. It might be the last. Let Tori finish. What did you say?
I'm saying he grew up in a hypersexualized era with no chance of ever getting to do any of it. You got to think. He is a big, loud, socially awkward, autistic gentleman who is over touchy-feely with women because the
82 to 92.
Because the only woman he consistently interacts with, which was his mother, he went to jail for incest, bruh. That's the charge, folks. Like, literally.
It's not funny. I'm sorry.
It's not, bruh. It's hilarious, though. That's the thing. It's hilarious. It is hilarious, but it's sad. It would be if this was a TV show, if this was a movie, if this was anything other than real life, this would be winning SAG awards, bruh. It'd be winning Emmys for how hilarious it is. There's no doubt in my mind at some point in time they make a Chris Chan biopic.
I mean, why not? He drove to Ohio just to meet.
And there was bruh. He went to an abandoned house. At least there was a nice lady that gave him directions on how to get to a gas station.
This is so, like, there are people out here in this world that live 100%. You know, this is where they fucked up at. I'm gonna tell you where they fucked up at. They fucked up when they let that man win that $1,000 KB Toys shopping spree.
It's that crazy, unreal expectation. No, but you know what the messed up part is?
That he bought Sonic Spin with some of the money.
But no, okay. Chris, there's an arc. I don't know if you've gotten here to this part yet, Joe. Chris's house burnt down.
It did. I know about that.
And thankfully, good old Bob had insurance on the house and had it set up. They got paid. Do you know what?
They get royalties because he's like an inventor.
No. Listen though. They got this payment from the insurance, fixed up the house and everything to where it was livable again or whatnot. But do you know what they then did with the remaining money? They took and spent it on some celebrity attorney to try and sue the state because they were hoarders and their house caught on fire. Like, this woman legitimately spent every bit of her inheritance from the insurance from her husband dying. Like, this was Bob's life insurance money. She spent this to try and sue the state and lost it all. Like, Barb was no better than Chris to a certain extent. Like, she was just as sick as he was. Bob was the only thing that freaking was even remotely close to normal in that family, and he was just an old, tired vet that's like trying to make sure his son doesn't go to prison.
Can I do a reenactment real quick?
Oh, be careful.
Can I do a reenactment?
I'm down to hear it.
Whoa, you've been calling me all night. What do you people want? I'm Rob, by the way. What do you kids want?
I'll be the prank caller.
What do you kids want?
Has Chris drank any more orange Fanta lately?
What's a Fanta?
It's a special drink that he mixes his jizz with.
What? Bob, what's a jizz?
Man, R.I.P. Bob. R.I.P. Bob Chandler.
Actually, what I was going to reenact was, you kids been calling here all night long talking about I need to go in his room right now. And then somebody finally calls and says, hey, Mr. Rob, your son's on YouTube talking about he's about to kill himself.
Bruh.
Meanwhile, Chris is jerking off. What? Wait, he's about to commit suicide. Doom.
Dad, leave me alone.
What are you doing in here? Get away from that damn TV. I'm turning the internet off right now.
There have been multiple people who have tricked Chris into sending them fucking videos of him and sexual acts with sex dolls, him humping pillows.
It's crazy.
They talked this
level of trolling was.
They talked this man into slitting a hole in his gooch because he thought that since he was a trans woman, he thought his vagina was inside of him, and he thought he could get to it by cutting open his gooch. This is legitimate. This is all documented. Like, it's so sad, but so unreal that it's hilarious.
And somebody documented it, and they call them Christorians.
Yes, Geno Samuels is the leading Christorian.
Wait, so what do you think? What do you think about this now at this point, gentlemen? Zelmay, if you don't mind.
Yeah, I don't know how well versed in the Christian lore Zelmay is. So
it's been a while since I looked that up.
I mean, he's a long time guy.
Yeah, it's been a while.
This has been going since like even before.
Oh, this has been going since like, I was gonna say, but we've been watching this. Like I said, I saw
20 years, maybe. It's
no,
20.
No,
it's 20
no, not like. I think we've been cognizant when I say we, I mean the internet as a whole. I think since like but I think we really started paying attention to Chris in like 2006, 7, right in there somewhere. Because like I said, I think he was on Tosh.0 and the Opie and Anthony interview. I think that was like 07, 08, maybe. And
15 to 18 years. That's
but
a long
the
time.
real Christian art gets crazy. Like when you get into like 2015, 16, 18, these more recent years with Chris going to like random My Little Pony conventions, and he showed up with a baseball bat, and he was kissing people without permission, so they wanted to ban him. And when the police showed up, he got in the fetal position and started screaming. Luckily, there was
you on TV, man. Get up.
Luckily, there was
nigga. Get up, nigga.
Luckily, there was a mother there that had an autistic child that talked him out of the fetal position. And think he's an autistic gentleman, high functioning autistic, driving around the country, bruh. Begging people for money, starting internet relationships with freaking random people. There's videos of him getting a bunch of little teenagers, they're probably like 14, 15, allegedly, getting him high, getting them to take him to, like, it's just horrible. We can't quit watching because Chris won't stay off the fucking internet.
They tried to take it from him. Rob tried to unplug it. Bob tried to do so much. You go wake up your mom and tell her why I did it.
You go tell her. Bruh, Bob Chandler, man, he was an ass pounding lumberjack of a man. But bruh,
Oh,
as soon as old Bob Chandler died, his son thought it would only be he had to step up to the bat and take care of his mother, and
which
that's
is
how.
fair, but what? Like,
Whoa,
how
whoa! You
great?
saw those air quotes. It's not. That's not fair, Joe. I was.
It's not. But like, think about it. Like Tori. You know, I know your mom. You probably like slightly know my mom. You know, she lives next door to the county library. You know that.
Yeah.
And like, what if when my mom just comes behind me? She's like, "You want a hot dog?" And she clearly has dementia.
Yeah, but think,
No,
Joe.
mom, I'm just talking to my
Listen,
fans.
listen, Joe.
What?
Joe, you're not autistic. Like this
That never
guy is
remains to be proven.
no. But I mean, if we're talking on the spectrum, Chris is. Think he made a whole. Chris is allegedly the first person to ever do a let's play, bro. That's how long he's been on the internet. He did this shit over. He did a let's play for Animal Crossing on the GameCube in 2006.
He made a remake of his whole family's like history on
Bro,
Animal Crossing.
and he then did it again. And what's the little game with the rag doll? Little Big Planet,
Little
bro.
Big Planet.
And
He went on
the
a date
crazy
on
thing
Little
is,
Big Planet.
and that born in him a extreme hatred for the hex box. Like Chris hates Microsoft with a passion, unless his game system broke and somebody wants to buy him a free Xbox.
So
Then
what are we to expect? Now, I'm gonna wrap this up. I'm sorry, I apologize.
yeah.
I don't mean hijacking the show like this.
I was about to say,
So
because
what are we to
the
expect?
crux of this story is Chris was in jail for incest. He's been in there for he had been in there for over a year. We had been getting steady letters from jail, which have been harrowing to say the least. Chris has been sending all these jail letters out, and then they stopped after he had his first hearing, which was in October of last year. He had his first hearing for it, and we believed that there was a chance that Chris was going to be released on house arrest. But you couldn't release Chris on house arrest because the only place he could go would be back to his mother's house, who is the victim of the said crime that he's in prison for. And she's 80-something-year-old lady with dementia, barely taking care of herself. I think Barb might be in a nursing home now. That's not been confirmed yet. But anyways, so it was all
What's
coming
going on in
down.
Virginia? What's going on?
Bruh, I don't know. Something about the forefathers. Them niggas that came from England did some weird shit, and the genes got crazy. But
Hey,
okay,
R.I.P. Bob, man.
yeah, R.I.P. Bob Chandler. But anyway, Chris because he's technically, they could give him time served for how long he's been in jail if they ran the sentence congruent with the time that he's been in there already. But I think the thing was like finding either a halfway house or a place for him to go, unless, like I said, in one of the letters, he straight up just wished Barb would die so he could just go home. because he can't return to the house if she lives there. And of course, but we know Bob made sure that the house would go to Barb, and then after Barb passes, it goes to Chris. So in Chris's mind, he's waiting for his mom to die. And yeah, we couldn't find a place for Chris to go, and he had went incommunicado. We haven't had a letter in months. And then a couple of days ago, we find out that someone had bonded him out of jail. And yeah.
Shout out to the trolls that was like, I need this for content. Get this nigga out of here.
Bro, it's so crazy because it's like the well went dry for him for a second when he stopped sending the jail letters. Like after he saw the grand jury for the first time, because like they had to know, because the jail letters would get views and views. So if you're Chris's lawyer and then you're just seeing there's 100,000 view video with a letter that freaking came from him from jail, and he's sitting there saying that he wishes that his mother died. He's in jail for freaking S.A.ing. I mean, bruh.
I have a sneaky suspicion that he has zero idea what's going on right now. I think in Chris's mind,
Bro, Chris legitimately believes that he is Jesus Christ reincarnated. He is going to take the universe that we live in and he is going to merge it with the universes of all of his favorite cartoon characters, and then we're all going to live in freaking peace together. Bruh, him in Chris's eyes, the Ukraine and Russia conflict is the beginning of the dimensional merge. That's what he said. It's because of all the toxics in Russia.
The original brony.
Bruh. He is the broniest brony. Brett, that's where we'll make first contact. Go look up, see when the next My Little Pony convention is. That is where we'll find Chris Chan. That is where we'll make first contact.
I'm sorry, y'all.
That it'll be a Geno Samuels interview, Gamer from Mars, maybe Smokey MC or Smoke Show MC. He's more of a troll channel, but we're waiting on first contact from Chris Chan. Elon Musk has unbanned everybody else's Twitters, so I don't see why Chris's wouldn't be one of them that got unbanned.
Well, not Alex Jones. He did not be unbanned.
Yeah, but Chris Chan's not as extensive as Alex. I mean, it's some fucked up shit, but I mean, it's
At this point, I don't know who's working with who. Like all these people are Agent Smith at this point. Like it's Alex Jones, Chris Chan.
But yeah, wait till you get to the convention arc, bro. He gets in an argument with a guy who played Professor Eggman in the games and tries to get him to say I'm gay backwards. Like, I'm gay. Yeah.
Let's not forget about the gays beings.
Yeah, bruh.
It's just so much, but
Chris is art. But what if Chris is really like
way too much about this person to not like come on here and say something at this point? So I let y'all do what y'all do, but I just what?
I was gonna say I think you
DBT chat.
I was gonna say I think our last topic Joe might be able to get in on. What we have after Chris Chan? I think the only thing after
Creator Clash. Tell us the story of Creator Clash, Joe.
Okay, Creator Clash, if you don't know, is a streamer-centric, YouTube-centric boxing event that's ran by Idubbz, famous on the internet for being a skinny white guy and dropping the N-bomb. He was real cool with Filthy Frank. I mean, if you've been on YouTube for any length of time, he used to do Content Cop back in the day. Freaking, he had beef with Rice Gum.
Let's not pretend like he wasn't always self-righteous. Y'all like he's surprised. He just want to do what he wants. He made Content Cops and really ruined people's
I'm not saying Idubbz is on. I've never been a big Idubbz.
So now he's extra. He's
covered in Americana tattoos and trying to be edgy. But okay, let me. I'm setting. Okay, Creator Clash happened last year.
He's upset. His chat says the N-word, Tori, even though he's kind of assimilated it.
Bruh, he has said the N-word so many times. Do you want me to set up the picture or not?
You can set up the fact that Logic has been going around the whole internet saying, "Told you I could say it."
But having to bring your dad on is crazy.
Listen, say your N-word.
I've had somebody try and press me in the comments for saying nigga before.
Why? No, like you.
He did press you,
nigga.
Dude, y'all gonna let him, he gonna ask me, you gonna let him say that? I'm like, what?
So you know what I mean? I came in the comments and made sure to say nigga real quick. You know how I'm rocking.
You got that's a nigga up there.
Thank you.
I know that.
I'm saying
that firsthand. That's a nigga.
I am a nigga. But okay, Creator Clash, Idubbz and his wife Anissa, they set up this boxing event. It happened last year. It did okay numbers, freaking, and after that, they're setting up the card. I think we're 3 weeks out. Froggy Fresh, another OG YouTuber, been on the platform for years and years. He was supposed to fight this dude, Chris Raygun, who used to have a podcast with Idubbz's wife, Anissa, who is, well, for lack of a better word, she's the promoter of this fight. So, and you look in the contract and everything, it tells them to smack talk each other and, you know what I mean, try to build a fight. But at the end of it, Idubbz Froggy Fresh, his opponent's Chris Ray Gun. It's been a long time internet joke that Chris Ray Gun and Anissa, they used to have a podcast. There's always been this sexual tension there. Frickin', he looks super uncomfortable every time they've talked about her OnlyFans, more so than frickin' Idubbz, because Idubbz has went out of his way to be like, I don't care if my girl which is, you know me, I am pro OnlyFans, bruh. I'm all about these women out here freaking doing whatever to get your bread. If you ain't hurting nobody, get paid. But Idubbz has went on to, as Zalmay said, he's trying to put on like this self-righteous picture, like freaking, oh, I've done wrong, but I'm better than that now. Da, 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 da. But like I said, he allegedly doesn't care about his his wife's OnlyFans. That doesn't matter to him. So on and so forth. So Froggy Fresh makes a joke. He's on stream. It might have been on Twitter, but he said, if I lose to Chris Ray Gun, I'll sub to Anissa's OnlyFans. That sounds totally innocuous to me. You know what I mean? I don't think that's too crazy. Like I said, given the internet history, their freaking audience is going to be the audience that does know these internet jokes. They're going to be the ones that are wanting to watch their favorite streamers box. So I didn't feel it was super untoward. However, though, Froggy Fresh was training with the illustrious Sam Hyde. Now, Sam Hyde was supposed to be on Creator Clash 1 last year. There were some problems or whatever. Him and Idubbz got into some beef. He was off the card. In the contracts for Creator Clash, it doesn't say anything about who you're allowed to train with, this or that. I don't believe so anyways, at least from the pages that we've seen, or everyone in it that's talked about it besides Harley from Epic Mealtime, who is capping for this shit hard and has just got destroyed the past couple of days. In multiple Twitter spaces. Bruh, it's been hilarious just watching all the different drama YouTubers show up in a Twitter space, and Harley tries so hard to defend this stupid action. But anyways, Froggy Fresh makes that tweet. Like I said, if I lose to Chris Ray Gun, I'll sub to Anissa's OF, whatever. Then I guess he dropped a pic of him going to train with Sam Hyde. And then Idubbz gets a hold of him, apparently, and tries to grill him over training with Sam Hyde, which shouldn't have been a big deal. So after that, apparently, he talks to Idubbz. Nothing else is said after that. He tells him it's cool. He's not. But then after that, all of a sudden, Creator Clash puts out this announcement that they're taking Froggy Fresh off of the card 3 weeks away from the event after he's already spent all this money and time and training. And they're saying that he broke multiple violations of their ethics code and this and that, which is, they did not give an example of anyone. It's literally like the most Chat GPT freaking, if AI ever wrote anything, it was the Creator Clash statement about Froggy Fresh. It was just bad. But anyways, Keemstar starts this Twitter space, the first Twitter space with Froggy Fresh to talk about, because if you remember, Creator Clash 1, like I said, Sam Hyde had got taken off Creator Clash 1 after he got into it with Idubbz. Very much the same kind of situation. And Keemstar got him a fight with Misfits. KSI's in Misfits in DAZN, the boxing promotion that KSI helps with. Keemstar got him a match on there so he could still box. So Keemstar, seeing as the whole internet realized that Creator Clash got roasted for this, they had to shut down the Twitter for a little bit. People mass reported it over it. But let me ask you that, Zalmay. Do you feel like him saying a joke like, oh, if I lose, I'm going to subscribe to her OF, is that worth kicking him off of the card?
No. He giving you money.
And they try to say, well, Idubbz isn't his opponent, though. He's not fighting Idubbz, but he was talking about Idubbz's wife. But the thing is, Idubbz's wife is a public person who's been like I said, she had the podcast with Chris Reagan years ago. They've been friends. It's been a big old joke about how he looks more uncomfortable with Anissa doing OF than Idubbz does, and Idubbz is her husband. You know what I mean? So the intent of Froggy Fresh saying that was him trying to be like, well, how would you feel if you beat me? I'm gonna sub to her OF, and that's one thing that you hate more than anything. And then he gets kicked off the card, and on top of that, allegedly, from what they're saying, which this is just what was said in Twitter space today. Keemstar, I was in there a little bit earlier. Philip DeFranco was in there and everything, freaking. But they're allegedly. Phil actually didn't say anything. He listened the whole time. They did
video
try
coming
to,
soon.
They did try to get him to speak, but Phil sat there. He listened the whole time. I mean, I thought the first, because like I said, Harvey, the guy who's from Epic Mealtime, he's fighting on Creator Clash. He's actually fighting. He's fighting John Morrison. Trevor. Yeah. He's fighting John Morrison, but he is just getting. I don't know why he got it. He hit the nail on the head the first time he came in. He was like, I don't know why I came here, because he was trying to defend it, but it literally made no sense when Idubbz has went out of his way for so long to be like, I don't care about my girls' OnlyFans. You can say what you want. It don't bother me. We know that Chris Reagan freaking does not feel the same way, even though it's not his wife, it's not his girlfriend. It was just his podcast co-host, friend, whatever. I mean, you can see it. He looks mad uncomfortable with her OF. Froggy Fresh makes the joke. They kick him off, but now allegedly they're trying to sue him for talking about them kicking him off and for the money that they allegedly gave him for the training. And Mudahar from Some Ordinary Gamers came out and said he'd pay for if they try to sue Froggy. He said, I'll pay for Froggy's whole legal defense. Ain't no need for no GoFundMe's. Gideon came in the first Twitter space and said he'd donate $100,000 to any charity just to get Froggy back on the card. They tried to counter that with being like, we're not putting Froggy back on the card, but we'll donate this. We'll donate $50,000 to this, $50,000 to that. And Gideon came back again today and said, listen, I'll still donate 100. I'll still donate 100K on top of that 100K to whatever charity. I just want to see Froggy Fresh fight. And I mean, you've really seen the internet community come together and be like, this is fucked up. Like, this guy made a simple joke. It literally says in the contract, hey, make sure you try and hype the fights. Don't be afraid of banter. So he throws out a joke, and then you kick him off. Then the internet comes together. You know how Keemstar works. He brings together all these different, and everyone sees, like I said, from Gideon to Philip DeFranco to freaking Kavos was there. Like the Twitter space started with like 500 people and ended with like 5,000 people. So when he started the second Twitter space today, it started off with 3,000 or 4,000 people, and then we get more of the story about how Anissa's mom Harley tried to say that Froggy Fresh doxed Anissa's mom's burner account because she was talking smack about him after he said that, and he replied to her. So that was him allegedly, from what good old Harley says, that was him doxing. And for those of you who don't know, Anissa's mom is like new age, like, okay, I'm gonna put this in a way that internet degenerates will understand. Anissa's mom is her chat mod, like legitimately, like her mom is her mod. So it's not like it's just like they literally wrote a story in one of these magazines about her mom because she was the mod in her chat as she was blowing up on Twitch and everything. So
how do we get Loaf involved with this?
Who?
Oh, I thought you knew who Loaf was. Oh, my bad. He's done a few skits with Gideon as well. So
no. I was gonna say I do not know who that is. He offering some money to see Froggy Fresh fight too? Gideon said he got 100K.
No, he's the type that might be in the crowd with the people signing autographs while people are fighting.
Oh, okay. So I think when the space actually started, I think that Harley came in not thinking people were going to care about this. Like he thought it was going to blow over. He tried, oh, it's still for a good cause. But like Froggy Fresh is like an OG YouTuber who hasn't really made a whole bunch of enemies. Like I said, no one expected Gideon. Gideon even said, it started out as a joke. He was like, no, but I will legitimately I'm donating $100,000 if you put Froggy back on the card. And then instead of that, they're trying to sue Froggy, and you get Froggy getting sued, and here comes good old Mudahar. He's like, don't worry about it. I'll pay for his lawyers if you guys try to sue him. Like, so I don't understand why, if you legitimately don't care, it's not like he said anything that was like wild, spicy, because Harley kept on going, oh, if you were talking bad about my wife and you're fighting on her card, it's like, bruh. He said he would put money in her pocket. He was like, yo, if I lose, I'll sub to her OnlyFans. That's how she's making her money. That's not, but the joke isn't even, like I said, people.
If I fight and I lose, I'll sub to your OnlyFans, Joe.
Does that offend Joe? Do you want to kick Zelmay off the show now? Was that?
I don't want him anywhere near my OnlyFans.
Dang. But okay,
I'm offended.
But no,
I compliment Joe's skin too much, bro.
It's just crazy.
$98.99 a month, bro. I don't want that.
Because Creator Clash is for a good cause. It's for charity. It's for some children. So it's a good cause. And like everyone would shut up. Muda said it in the very first Twitter space King Star started. He said, bruh, they could fix this by morning if they just put him back on the card, bruh. It all goes away. That's all anyone wants. The dude didn't do anything wrong. He made a joke, and I guess you got your feelings hurt. So you're just like, hey, we know you've trained and spent money and busted your ass. We're 3 weeks away from the fight. But you said you'd sub to my wife's OnlyFans. So you're off the card, and we're going to sue you for the $15,000 that we've had to spend. And it's crazy because, like I said, Idubbz made this big show. I'm pretty sure you can go back and look. He made a whole video about how he doesn't care that people jerk it to his wife on the internet. He said he doesn't care about her OF. Well, if you don't care, why did you just kick a guy off of your card and get the craziest internet backlash in a long time? Because he said he'd sub to her OF. So it's fuck Creator Clash. Let Froggy fight. But Froggy does have a fight. KSI came forward and was like, yo, he can fight on the Misfits card, bruh. So Misfits and DAZN have already offered Froggy a fight. So he's going to get a fight over there since they don't want to put him back on Creator Clash. And then on top of that, Gideon said he's still going to donate the $100K to he's going to donate $100K to the charity of Froggy's Choice for the fight on DAZN. So literally, Creator Clash just dropped the ball completely, got a bunch of negative press, lost whatever charity they were raising money for, lost it out on $100K from Gideon, whatever money from Mudahar. Sam Hyde even came out, who is public enemy number one to those guys. He even said, yo, you let Froggy fight, I will never tweet either of you ever again. You'll never hear from me again. And like, this is the hill they're willing to die on, I guess. But it just seems so stupid because though Harley sounded like a broken record player in both of these Twitter spaces and got absolutely fucking roasted, stick to fucking cooking 100-pound grilled cheeses, my guys, because Twitter debates are not your bag. But as he said 1,000 times, this is still for a good cause. But you can't expect people to want to contribute to your cause when you're throwing the favorite fighters off for stupid bullshit. So, long story short, Creator Clash 2 is going to be marred by controversy because Idubbz is an insecure little bitch about his wife's OnlyFans.
Which he allows his wife to do.
Yes, which he made a whole video about having no problem. I got the Reddit link because I ain't paying for no OF, and it's not even that. I mean, it's OnlyFans. But I mean, we're in the age of like super high production value OnlyFans, and I feel like she
Listen,
can have.
Aiden Ross.
Yo,
Got a
Aiden
picture of
Ross.
his sister.
They showed his sister with goddamn splooge on her back. Yo, I like trying to tell you, Joe, kick is gonna be different, bruh.
I think that was deep fake, man. Or
Nah,
AI.
bruh, no,
That wasn't a
no.
real picture. Is
No,
her ass
no,
fat
it's a
like
real
that?
picture, bruh. The Reddit found the original picture from the OnlyFans.
Is her ass fat like that?
Yeah.
Go ahead, send it to me.
I'll have to find it.
Shout out to
That's the
Zias.
show.
But no, yeah, bruh. But it's kind of crazy. Like, it's kind of crazy how long he looked at it. Like that made me
30
feel like
seconds.
that made me feel like, yo, maybe it's fake, or maybe it took like, bro, I don't care how much Regis time, but you gotta think it was like how well is he supposed to know the back of his sister's head or her ass covered in splooge? You know what I mean?
The natural reaction as soon as you realize it's your sister is be like, whoa, get this shit off. Like,
yeah, did y'all see it? It was like a tree meme that started and then it just flipped.
It was.
I'm like, that's how
it
you
was
get it.
like, man, that was the craziest transition of all time. Okay,
it was a wild one.
I'm giving you 7 seconds in that situation to be like, what?
But what if he really
realize
didn't?
whose face it is, and then you like,
I don't think he realized. But I don't think there was a face. Did you? I don't think there was. I don't think her face was actually in the picture though.
Her face was in the picture, but it had the little arrows that said Aiden's sister, splooge.
Oh,
the arrows going like.
Okay, see the picture in the Reddit doesn't have any of the markings on it.
Picture. I watched the live reaction of him.
Oh, okay.
And he was like staring for.
That's what, like I said, I saw the clip and I was like, holy! I was like, that is a long ass time to be staring at your freaking.
Like, he knew it immediately. Though. That's the messed up part. He knew who it was immediately.
So, like, do y'all think it's fake or do you think it's real?
Your sister.
I'm hitting in stream, bro.
You ending the stream off of that,
bro?
I'm with you.
What are you talking about? You show me a naked, bro. I'm ending the stream automatically. We're done here.
For 30 seconds and kept the stream going.
We are done.
I ain't gonna lie. I might not stream again. Y'all don't deserve me.
I'm gonna make my money, but
hey, and Kick's all he's got left. YouTube and Twitch done told him, so he can't.
I'm gonna hit the Asman Gold and never stream on the main.
Hey, man, poor Asman. But Zach Roar's still doing numbers though, bro. Shout out to Asman's second channel doing
What's
better
his
than
sister
most.
saying about this?
I actually haven't, bro. What can she say? She's just trying to get her money. It's not her fault.
Where does this picture come from?
Her OnlyFans.
Yes. OnlyFans?
Yes.
Naomi.
Oh yes.
Hey, we was talking about Chris Chan had bad trolls. That's a troll for your ass. Somebody bait you in with a tree.
Yo, his chat is wild, dog. His chat is unhinged.
Bro, his kick chat is. You gotta think, but he did this to himself. Once he watched Corn, bro. When he watched Cornhub with them dudes, he opened himself to a whole. Once you're watching Corn with niggas, anything can happen.
Isn't that what happened? Gotti, you already
Gotti gets it.
He's done with it. He said, I can't believe he let that shit, but he asked for it. But damn, that's mighty personal, man.
At least, I mean, look, when I saw it, I was like, at least they didn't swat him.
I mean,
this little friend gets swatted every day.
What else can you do to Aiden Ross at this point? Other than have a Trump video.
I guess while we're here, this news broke a little bit before we started. Romanian jails have once again turned down the Tate brothers' appeal for release.
So how many more releases do they have?
They can legally. Well, no, legal. They've already been.
Days.
No, it's 100.
America's 90 days.
No. In Romania, they haven't said whether they're taking them to trial yet or not, so they can hold them for a max of 180 days. They've already had them for coming up on 120 days. So technically, they can still get them for 2 more months, 60 more days, and unless they're like, yo, we're going to trial. So unless they're taking them to trial, they have to release them within the next 60 days.
He's doing crazy push-ups every day. I just know it.
No, Brett, he's going through Ramadan right now, though.
Oh, so he's
Y'all think
starving.
y'all know he getting where he
No,
is.
bud, you saw the tweet. I'm not gonna discount anyone's religion. Everyone can believe in what they want. But you saw the whole tweet. He spends his whole day. He uses a little plastic that he has to cover his meals and fight off the insects until the sun goes down and he can eat. That's how he's been spending his days. He fights off the insects and stuff
That
from his
Twitter
food.
account also said he's beating up ninjas.
He can even
Metaphorically, bro. Come on, don't do that, Zach.
No, we gonna do it.
No, bro. Come
He
on.
said he gonna fight. He fought off 2 assassins. All right.
You can't say. I guarantee you, some niggas definitely might have tried to press freaking
assessed.
I don't know about assassins, but there definitely could have been. He's in a prison and he's not in solitary. Like he's Gen Pop.
What if he's fighting Ra's al Ghul?
What if he is?
Yo, but you know what's really messed up? They're not letting him shave his head, so it's proving because his whole thing has been, I choose to be bald. Nah, bruh. We see now that they won't let you shave your head. Like he's still bald on like this half. He's got like two-face hair. But
what kind of barbers do they have in Romanian jail? Like I feel like they have like
they probably don't have none, but it's so messed up because his brother looks so couth. Like the nigga got the long hair and it's slicked back, and then old Top G come out looking rough, bruh. Got this nigga in, but he always makes sure to throw up the Illuminati diamond when he comes out.
Jesus Christ!
Every time, bruh. He's like, so the Top G's appeal has been denied again. We'll see, but there's also been a report that the U.S. Embassy is now involved. So, because
I feel like the top brass at the U.S. Embassy is like, all right, who the hell's this guy? And they just cross their legs like, what the hell are we doing here? What's on the agenda? It's the Top G, sir. Top G.
Joe Biden. Joe Biden calling down. Get the Top G out of Romania now. Divert the funds to the Ukraine and let's go get our. Where's the war room at?
But sir, what do you expect us to do?
Joe, did you ever watch the Vice documentary about Andrew Tate?
I'm still having problems getting started with that one after 7 minutes.
Bruh, it's so good though. He charged niggas to come. He charged niggas $5,000 to fly across Europe and come get beat up by professional fighters or stare at a wall.
Like I can't get past the first because I'm like, this is ridiculous. This can't be real. But I know in my mind this is a thing.
It's legitimate, like Top G shit.
So then I'm like, all right, man, fuck this. I'm about to watch Shippuden or something. I can't do it.
I'm telling you, it's worth it, bro. It's so crazy because they made it and freaking then before they were finished editing it and coming out and releasing it, he went to jail. So they then got to add in the part where he went to jail and tag it on at the end when they release it.
I love a good opportunist.
That and Vice, if we know anything about Vice,
Vice is 2 seconds away from snitching on everybody. So they
don't care. How much money does it take for freaking the feds to come in and buy all of the unedited footage from all
$0? It's called a warrant.
All the blurs are gone off of all the faces in the documentary.
They literally have a warrant. Well, we saw what we needed to see.
Yeah,
that was a good episode of Tyler the Creator, though.
R.I.P. Michael K. Wallace, though, bruh.
Yeah,
he freaking, or was his last name Wallace? Michael K. I don't, but the nigga from The Wire, y'all know who I'm talking about.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, I believe that.
I hate his last show, that Resident Evil show. That was terrible. It
was a bunk ass show too. That nigga, he lived a hell of a life though. I always thought, and this might sound mad messed up, I always thought of him like as the Black Anthony Bourdain kind of.
Interesting.
You know what I mean? Like not so much as, well, damn, they both really liked heroin and traveling the world.
Didn't Anthony Bourdain actually interview with Vice a couple of times?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they had done, or at least some food shit or something. But
you said Tyler is based.
Anthony Bourdain
Biggie
too.
Boss. I just want to tell that real estate sale or whatever that's coming out. I can't wait till the 31st of this month. I can't wait to hear all of his best music that he left. Man, you know that he made Tyler the Creator made the album for how he made the album, but the beautiful songs with all the synths and all that stuff. That's in the I think this is about to
Tyler's
be a dope
attention to
ass album.
detail on production is next level.
Absolutely.
Like, it's so crazy. But that goes all the way back to I saw the other day that it was the anniversary of the OF tapes volume 2. Still one of my such a good, and like to hear him talk about the kind of input that he actually did have sonically on that album, being that young, because the OF tapes volume 2 came out in like 2012, I think. Like, bruh, this nigga knew music at a really young age.
Pharrell, baby. What does he prefer? What does Tyler the Creator prefer to being referred to? Because if anything, he's an artist. I'll give him artist all day long.
I mean, but think, he's really killed it in so many, like Loiter Squad. He killed it on TV. Loiter Squad was one of the best sketch shows of the early 2000s, freaking bar none. Music, he's killed it time after time, whether it's in a group with Odd Future or solo. He's done that. I mean,
he's in the box. He's in the box really with Pharrell and Kanye all day long.
I need Tyler the Creator to either start an anime or be in a movie, or all he's got to do, give me something visually stunning from you, and I mean, you've checked every box. He's that nigga. I mean,
on the 31st, it's going to be a crazy album. I think it's going to be like all my favorite songs.
I'm never not checking for Tyler's music. It's just
31st. On the 31st, he's dropping the ones that were left off of Call Me If You Get Lost. I can't wait to hear it because I've listened to 2 songs that he's dropped. He's dropped videos for them, and it's beautiful. It's beautiful to hear. Period.
But Tyler's got that artistry that you only really get it from West Coast niggas in rap nowadays.
Neptune's, and he's a Neptune's baby all day
long.
Well,
yeah. Chad, I mean, the influence is obvious. You know what I mean? But I mean, as far as like these albums that tell real stories, these albums that are super imaginative and really stick out in your mind, like West Coast rap is really doing it, yo. I mean, and Tyler, I think I just say that because I feel like a lot of times people forget Tyler's a West Coast nigga.
It's
like
easy to. It's
really easy because he transcends it. He goes so much farther than just the music.
But the location, remote.
But like Odd Future blew up like the year after I graduated. So I was on real wild nigga time as like Ass Milk was coming out and freaking
fresh out of prison.
Like it was a wild time. I was doing cocaine in mosh pits while listening to freaking goddamn what was the name of it? Mellow Hype, which was Haji Beats and Left Brain's little solo offshoot. Of course, the internet came from Odd Future. Sid, like that's R&B music I can get behind. You know, I'm not an R&B ass nigga, but even I can listen to the internet.
Yes,
I mean,
agreed. Damn. Woo! I can't wait till the 31st, man.
Casual conversations, folks.
That's all we like. Yeah, we talk that music shit sometimes, you know.
Every once in a while. I'm horrible at making music, but I'm amazing at listening to it.
Shout out to Biggie Boss.
Hey, I appreciate that input, Biggie Boss. Real shit, man. Yeah, that's all that.
Biggie Boss always shows up and shows love in the stream. Shout out to him.
Biggie, my Skyrim plug.
Skyrim plug. The nigga got mods on deck.
Who got the All Might mod? Who got the one for all mod? I need that Carolina smash. Let's go.
Joe, you should catch up.
Biggie play Lost Legacy and make Sonic the Hedgehog.
Me and Zelmay talked about this. Gegu Akutami is rushing to the end of Gegu Akutami doesn't write My Hero. Freaking Horikoshi is rushing to the end of My Hero right now.
I just watched him cry when he came back to UA the other day. And he's like, oh, everybody still loves me. Oh,
okay. Joe, right now in the manga, they're in the second war arc already.
Why is there a second war arc?
Because freaking.
Oh, wait. I'm just asking you this because I know we got to get out of here. It did Did All For One actually pull up to UA?
Yes.
Damn it! That's what the people said was going to happen.
That's
why
what
they
happened.
didn't want Deku there.
There's
Shigaraki, or was it All For One?
They're both in play right now.
Physically,
It's technically Shiggy for one at UA right now, and then All For One with a clone of the All For One quirk is currently regressing in age and flying towards freaking UA so he can take over Shigaraki's body. Spoilers.
They literally are doing what all the people said that they didn't
Bruh,
want.
he is rushing to the end right now. Like,
that's what it's looking like.
Yeah,
everybody was right. And Deku is right. Leave me out of there because he's going to come for me. All right, we got to read the manga.
Yep, but that's been Casual Conversations, folks.
Oh, wait. Congrats to Biggie on voice acting. A popular mod is coming out. I'm looking forward to it. Can't wait to see your video, my guy. Appreciate Biggie always being in his streams. He always coming by showing love. He would show love to Joe, and they don't even know him like this. So I appreciate Biggie. Biggie, my guy. Skyrim plug.
Hey, give us. We need that link as soon as it happens. I definitely want to hear. I love that shit, man. Definitely, I love people doing cool shit, man. Send that link, bro.
Also, congrats, Biggie almost at 1,000 subs. Let's go.
Oh, say word, man. Clap that shit up, man.
Let's go.
Hell yeah.
Shout out Biggie boss.
You can follow me at AfroCommy765 on all platforms. Of course, Casual Conversations every Wednesday and Just a Fan Wrestling on Friday. You know the vibes.
It's your boy Uniqo Williams. Catch me on UniqoWilliams.com, man. I'm everywhere, man. Overall 90. God damn it! But that's my favorite picture in the world because I mean what I say when I do that. But on some real stuff, man, UniqoWilliams.com, man. I enjoy doing this. I'm glad I got to get into this when we got to get into some crazy.
Joe show up on the late end.
But I also enjoy listening to what the expectations are for Wrestlemania this weekend. The boys will be having some sort of like live thing going on. That's tune in.
We're gonna do a quiz with the Blurred Boys.
We don't ever pump the Discord, man. Discord is popping for Overall 99 Media. Make sure you join it, man. We do shit together all the fucking time, so let's get it. I think we're gonna watch House Party 2 at some point. I don't know. But
if I ever get y'all to show up,
wild.
If I ever get everybody to show up, I'm like, hey, bro, I'm with my girl. I'm like, oh
no, we gotta break the internet. We need to pirate John Wick 4. Why not?
Watching them kick everybody. Join us, them kick and tell you to go kick. We watching the House Party.
Fuck it. Why not?
We respect you too.
oh, watch out for Tori and the biography for Joker's Wild that's coming out this summer.
Let's go.
So, how much coke did you do that day? That'll be Tori asking all the stripper whores.
I was gonna say you got to let me get in depth with the interviews. We'll make it happen. It'll be something magical.
So how many baby daddies do you have again? And why do they keep paying you?
Who sold those illicit substances to who? And then who was the father of the second one that got killed by the third?
Do you realize how old a lot of those strippers are at this point?
Ooh, now? Like, a lot of them are very, very old.
Oh, those will make for some great interviews. We could go to Fort Wayne for this. We had quite a few visitors. How many 8 balls did you sell? We could be the new Vice edition.
I don't know. I feel like we'd get a little too lax in the blurring. We might accidentally go federal ourselves.
Yeah, we'll probably end up at.
It's way too relaxed to try and have. You can't just try and have a whole bunch of. It's like, hey, let's get a whole bunch of people that sell drugs on camera, and then try to remember to blur out everybody's faces before we put it on the internet for thousands.
Will I be more drunk or will you be more high?
If you're as drunk as I am high, then we might not be able to film it.
Okay, fair enough.
I popped.
But this has been Casual Conversations.
And y'all know what we do. Y'all might not know who we are, but soon you will. But until then,
who are these niggas?